Good morning, students. Welcome to online teaching session of Academic Word School Bemetra. This is my fourth lecture on determinants. Today, during this fourth lecture, we are going to learn about minors and cofactors of a determinant, and then we will learn about adjoint. How to find out adjoint of a matrix. And we will try to solve a couple of questions. After that, there are some important results which are derived on this. So I have taken two results. We will try to understand and then verify it using the given questions. So this is what is the plan for today. Let's begin this lecture. So the very first thing is, what are minors and cofactors? We need to understand first that here. So I am taking one question. Let's say A is equal to, I have taken A11, A12, A13, sorry, A12, A22, A2, A21, A22. This is 2 by 2 determinant I have taken. This is 2 by 2 determinant. So first we will try to understand the meaning of minors and cofactors, then we will extend the same concept in 3 by 3 determinant. Okay. Now in this case, if you see, minors are denoted by Mij. This is how we calculate minor. So if I say that M11, what does it mean? M11 means the element which comes in first row and first column. First row, first column, this element, minor of that. How to get that? Leave that row and column in which that element belongs. After that, whatever determinant is left out, find the value of that. It represents the minor of that element. So leave this part, only this part is left. So I can write A22. M12, minor of this, leave this part, this part is left. So you can say A21. Similarly, M21 will be, M21 means this is A21. Leave this part, you are left with A12. And then come to M22. M22 is this one, leave this part, whatever is left out, that is A11 is the minor of this. So we have calculated minors of the given determinant. Fine. I have calculated minors of each one of them. This is the way we calculate the minor. How to calculate minor? To find out minor of any element, leave the row and the column in which it belongs. Leave the row and the column in which it belongs. After that, whatever determinant is left, find out value of that. That value is called minors of the corresponding elements. So this is about minors. How to calculate cofactors? So for cofactors, to find out cofactors, normally cofactors are represented by capital letter corresponding to the elements. So cofactor of this will be, you can say that Aij. What is cofactor? Cofactor is nothing but Aij is equal to minus 1 to the power I plus j Mij. What is Mij? Just now you calculated minus of that. So now see that Aij, cofactor of the element which belongs to ith row and jth column, is given by minus 1 to the power sum of number of row and column in which it belongs into minor of that element. This is the way we calculate. So suppose if I want to find out cofactor of this. So cofactor is denoted by A11. So A11 will be equal to minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1 and minor is A22. So you are getting minus 1, power is even, so it remains A22. What will be cofactor of this? A12 minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, and then you will write minor of that. So minor of this is A21, and therefore you get, this is odd power, it will become negative minus A21. And then come to A13, sorry, A21. Take A21, this element. Cofactor of this will be minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2 into minor of this is A12. Again this becomes minus A, this is A12, so you can write A12. Now find out cofactor of A22 minus 1 to the power 2 plus 2 minor of this element is A11, so write down A11, which is even, so it becomes A11. So we have calculated, these are the cofactors. Understand very carefully. These are the cofactors. So we have calculated cofactors. Fine. How to find out minors? I explained to you. Leave the row, leave the column. After that, whatever determinant is left, find the value of it. That stands for the minor of that element. And if we multiply that minor by minus 1 to the power I plus j, what is I? Number of row, plus j, j is number of column. If we multiply by minus 1 to the power sum of number of row and number of column, then whatever you get, that is called cofactor of that element. So this is the way we calculate it. Fine. Now what we will do, we will find out minors and cofactors of this 3 by 3 matrix. So we cannot calculate minors and cofactor. Minor and cofactor stands for the determinant. So we will write corresponding determinant and then we will calculate that. So first of all, let's see, I have written corresponding determinant A as, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. This is 3 by 3 corresponding determinant. Now I am going to write down minors and cofactors of all these elements. Fine. So first you will write M11. M11 means minor of that element which belongs to first row and first column. First row, first column. This is the element. It's minor we are writing. So minor of that will be, leave this part, leave this part. So what is left? This part is left. Please understand, this is what is left. So what will be value of this? Its value is 10, 5 is 50 minus, so you will say 50 minus 48. It becomes 2. This is minor of 1. Minor of 1, 2. What is 1, 2? First row, second column. This element. So leave this part, leave this part. So if you leave this, then it becomes 10 4 ja 40 minus 6 7 ja 42, it becomes minus 2. Now find out minor of 1 3. 1 3 means first row and then third column. That is, so if I leave this part, this leave part, it will become 32 minus 35. 8 4 ja 32 minus 7 5 ja 35. So you are left with minus 3. So I have calculated minors of all elements which are belonging to first row. Similarly calculate for all elements which are belonging to second row. So what will be that? M21, M22 and then M23. What will be M21? Look at this. M21 is this element, leave this part, leave this part. So 10 2 ja 20 minus 8 3 ja 24 and you are left with minus 4. What will be minor of this element? Leave this part, leave this part. 10 1 ja 10, this becomes 10 and then 7 3 ja 21. So minus 21, this gives you minus 11. Please check that here. Minor of this will be, leave this part, leave this part. So 10 1 ja 10 minus 7 3 ja 21. 10 minus 21 is equal to minus 11. Now find out minor of this 6. What will be that? Leave this column, leave this row. So what is left? 1 2 7 8. 8 1 ja 8 minus 14. So this gives you 8 minus 14, which is equal to minus 6. We have calculated minors of all elements belonging to second row. Now we will calculate M31, M32, M33. All elements which are belonging to third row. Let's find out M31. What will be M31? The element which is belonging to third row and first column, leave this part. 6 2 ja 12 minus 15. It gives you 12 minus 15. 12 minus 15, that is nothing but minus 3. Come to the second one, third row, second column, third row, second column. So this part is left. 6 1 ja 6 minus 4 3 ja 12. It gives you 6 minus 12, which is minus 6. Fine. Come to the last element. Last elements, minor will be, leave this part, 5 minus 8. This will give you 5 minus 8 is equal to minus 3. Now look at this. What we have done, this is representing minors of all elements of first row's element. This is representing minors of elements which are belonging to second row, and this is representing minors of all elements which are belonging to third row. So we have calculated. This is how minors are calculated. Now I'll tell you how to find out cofactors of these corresponding element. So we will write, as I said, the cofactors are denoted by capital letter, normally by A. So we can say that cofactor A11. A11 means cofactor of the element which belongs to first row and first column. So what will be that? This is given by minus 1 to the power, as per formula, Aij is equal to minus 1 to the power I plus j Mij. This is the way we write. Fine. Already we have got minors. So what we have to do? Simply we have to see that minus 1 to the power, whether it is even or odd. If it is even, minor will become cofactor. If it is minus, then its sign will change. That's all. So A11 minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, which is even, and minor is 2, it remains 2. Clear? A12 minus 1 to the power 1 plus 2, and then this minor is minus 2. Look at this. This is negative because power is odd, and this is minus 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 becomes plus, so its value becomes 2. Clear? Look at the next one, A13, which is minus 1 to the power 1 plus 3, and the minor is minus 3. This is even number, therefore no change. It will remain as it is, that is minus 3. Now come back to the next one, A21. Now we are starting to find the cofactor of elements of second row. A21, it is equal to minus 1 to the power 2 plus 1, and the minor is minus 4. This is, you can see this is odd, it will become minus, minus minus gives you plus, therefore it becomes 4. Similarly, A22, minus 1 to the power 2 plus 2, and then cofactor is minus 11. This is even number, so it remains minus 11. Move to the next one, A23. This gives you minus 1 to the power 2 plus 3, and then minor is minus 6. This is odd number, it will give you minus sign, minus minus plus, it becomes plus 6. So second row's elements are over. Now we are moving, these are representing cofactors of elements which are belonging to first row. They are representing cofactors of elements which are belonging to the second row. Now we are moving to the elements of third row. So this is A31, A32, A33. Just write down minus 1 to the power 3 plus 1, and the minor of this is minus 3. Now you can see that power is even, therefore it will remain minus 3. Next one is minus 1 to the power 3 plus 2, and minor of that is minus 6, and power is odd, so minus into minus 6 will give you only 6. And then the last one, this is minus 1 to the power 3 plus 3, and then minor is minus 3. This is even number, and therefore it will remain minus 3. So we have got the cofactors. I hope this point is very clear. We calculated minor, and then we calculated cofactors. I hope this part you have understood. So if any matrix is given and question says find out minors and cofactors, what will you do? First prepare corresponding determinant, and then you can calculate minors and cofactors as per this method. Fine. Let's move to the next point. So we have discussed how to find minors and cofactors. I am not going to rub this part because I am going to reuse this. Be very careful. Now, the next one is how to define adjoint of a matrix. Adjoint of a square matrix. Remember that adjoint is always calculated for a square matrix. And how it is calculated, its definition is very, very simple. Fine. Let's say you are given a matrix Aij of order n cross n. Understand? This is a square matrix. Fine. Now, just for understanding, I can say, let's say, let me write down the expanded form of this. So this is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. This is your 3 cross 3 matrix. Now I want to find out adjoint of this. So what is adjoint? Adjoint is again a matrix. Adjoint of a matrix is a matrix which is made by cofactors of corresponding elements. Understand that here. So what we are going to do? First we need to know the cofactors of all these elements and then construct a matrix of cofactors. How? Replace all these elements by corresponding cofactors. Clear? And then that is not the adjoint. Then what is the adjoint? Adjoint is the transpose of cofactors matrix of the given matrix. Once again, listen carefully. Adjoint of a matrix is the transpose of the cofactors matrix. What does it mean? It means if I need to write adjoint is normally written in this form ADJ, adjoint of A. What does it mean? Adjoint of A means the matrix which is given, its adjoint. So how to write that? So first, as I said, first you need to construct cofactors matrix. So let me first construct the cofactors matrix. So cofactors matrix, let's say it is A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Understand? These are the elements. Each element's cofactor we have written over here. So elements are replaced by their cofactors. Then what is adjoint? Adjoint is transpose of cofactors matrix. So if I have to write adjoint, this is not the adjoint. I need to write transpose of that. So what will be that? So you can say that this is nothing but I will write A11, A12, A13. This row becomes column. Then A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. Understand? First row became first column, second row became second column, third row became third column. Now this matrix, what is that? It is made of cofactors, cofactor of corresponding element, and it is, so what we have done? The matrix which was given, first we constructed a matrix of cofactors. How? Each element is replaced by its cofactor. We got this, then take the transpose of that. After taking transpose, we got this. This is what is called the adjoint of given matrix. I hope you are able to understand this here. So now, let's say I need to find out adjoint of this matrix. Understand? Now you will understand why I didn't erase that part, because I wanted to use. So see that to find out adjoint, so what we are going to find out in this question says find out adjoint of A. What will be adjoint of A? This is what we have to find. So to find adjoint, as I told you, what we have to do? Adjoint of A is nothing but transpose of cofactors matrix. A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. These are the cofactors of corresponding elements. Once we have these values, then what we will do? We will find the transpose of it. So let's write down the value of it. Already you have calculated in this case. Please understand, to find out cofactor, what you are supposed to do? Matrix is given, write corresponding determinant, then calculate cofactors of each element. Yes? So as we have, write down that what is A11? A11 is 2, then A12 is also 2, then minus 3, this is 4, then comes minus 11, then comes 6, next is minus 3, then 6, and then again minus 3. Now check this one. What we have written cofactors matrix. We have constructed cofactors matrix. We need to take the transpose of it. So adjoint of this will be, if I take transpose, what does it mean? Each row will become the corresponding column. First row, first column, so write down that 2, 2, minus 3. Second row will become second column, therefore it becomes 4, minus 11, and then 6. And third row becomes third column, therefore it is 3, 6, and then minus 3. Now you can see that this is representing adjoint of this given matrix. So I hope you have understood how to find out adjoint of any matrix. Please remember that adjoint of a matrix is the transpose of cofactors matrix. So when we are saying transpose of cofactors matrix, it is for explaining, but when you have to apply it, you will apply in reverse way. First you will calculate cofactor, then you will take transpose of that. So this is what we have done. This is given question. We have calculated cofactors. All cofactors are written over here. And after calculating these cofactors, what we have done? We have replaced these elements by their respective cofactors. Then we have taken transpose of it. This transpose stands for the adjoint of it. I hope you have understood this part. Now, so I have explained you this adjoint of a matrix. Fine. So till now I explained you three things. How to find out minor and cofactor of a determinant. And then next we learned that how to find out adjoint of a matrix using the concept of minors and cofactors. So and then we have solved one question. Now we are moving towards one very important property, and this property you will understand that it will lead to the next concept, which is the most important concept in this content, in this chapter, which we are supposed to finish. So I am going to explain that also. So there are many properties, students, remember that. And again, I am not erasing this part, because I am going to use it once again. You will see that how important is this concept. Now, the very first property, please understand, it says that, if you remember in beginning I took this matrix A as Aij n cross n, and in terms of elements, if I say, it can be written as A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. I hope you are remembering that. This is written. Do you remember what we wrote in as adjoint of this? I hope you remember that. Let's write down that also. So for adjoint, I wrote adjoint of A as cofactors matrix, transpose I have taken. Clear? So I am writing directly. These elements are replaced by cofactors. And then you have taken transpose also. So it became A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. There is a reason why I am rewriting this here. Okay, with the help of the, I hope you understand this here. This is transpose of cofactors matrix. Which matrix? This is the matrix which is given. Okay, so these two results are right now available. Now look at this. What happens? If you are given, look at this, what it says. A11 cofactor of A11 plus A12 cofactor of this plus A13 cofactor of this equal to this determinant. This is the way we expand any determinant. How do we expand if this is a given determinant? If you are asked to find out value of this, what do we do? So simply what we do? We expand it along any row or any column. So suppose I am expanding about any row. First row I am expanding. So how will you expand? You will say that its value, if I need to find out, you will write 1 into cofactor of this. What is the cofactor of this? A11. You will multiply it by 2 plus second element 2 cofactor of this. Cofactor of this is 2 plus 3 cofactor of this. What is cofactor of this? That is minus 3. So if I simply write down 2 plus 4 minus 9, that gives you 6 minus 3. I hope you are getting that. Fine. This I expanded about first row. How? I multiplied each element by its cofactor and then added. Take one more example. Expand about its second row also. Let's see what happens. So if I go by that, you will see, please see that I am doing? I am multiplying elements of second row by their cofactor. So can I say 4 into cofactor of this is A21 4, then plus 5 cofactor of 5 A22 is minus 11, and then plus 6. What is cofactor of this? A23 is 6. Please see that. I am just simply what I have taken 4 cofactor of this plus 5 into cofactor of this plus 6 into cofactor of this. 4 4 ja 16 minus 55 plus 36. Now if you add these two, what will come? 36, 46, it gives you 52 minus 55, which is minus 3. Again you are getting the same element, same answer. What does it mean? It means if we multiply elements of any row by their respective cofactors and add it, it gives you the value of determinant. This is what this property says. Once again listen. First you pick up any row or any column, multiply these elements of any specific row or column by their respective cofactors and add them. You will be getting the value of that determinant. Now, for example, if I don't do that, what will happen? You do that here. What I am asking. Take the elements of first row, multiply by the cofactors of any other row of corresponding element. First row I am taking and cofactors I am taking of third row. You do that. Or you take second column and then multiply the elements of second column by the respective cofactors of either first column or third column and check the result. I promise you won't get anything except 0. Check that here. This is homework for you. Okay, please carry on this here. Now, so this part we have done. Let's move to the last result. This is a very, very crucial result. This is what I want to explain to you. So, to take up the last result, let me explain you what is written. In this last result, please understand, it says that if you multiply any matrix by its adjoint, A into adjoint A, whether adjoint is post multiplied or it is pre-multiplied, you write A into adjoint A, or you write adjoint A into A. The result is it gives you the value of this product as determinant A multiplied by corresponding identity matrix. And what I said, this is very, very important result. Now I am not going to explain this, but I will definitely explain this property. But I would urge each one of you, verify this property using the same question. Anyway, all the cofactors are written. You know what will be its cofactors matrix, and therefore you can take transpose of that. Thereby you can get the adjoint. The matrix A is given. Adjoint A, anyway I have calculated in the previous question. What you need to do, just multiply these two. Multiply this. Fine. And then check what is the result of that A. And then we will verify that A. Fine. Let's move further. Now, what we are going to do, I want to multiply these two. Please understand, I want to multiply these two. So when I multiply, what is the rule? Row by column you have to go. So I am taking this question. So when you are multiplying, the rule has to be very clear. You can multiply two matrices provided number of column in first must be equal to number of row in the second one. That's the rule. So check it. I want to multiply A by adjoint of A. I want to multiply by this. So I am multiplying. Be very careful. It requires little bit patience also. So when I am multiplying, what will happen? This row by this column. So if I multiply A11, A11 plus A12, A12 plus A13 by A13, A13. I hope you are getting that. I have multiplied first row by first column. Check it, what is written? A11 cofactor of the same element. A12 cofactor of that. A13 cofactor of that. Are you getting that? We have multiplied by that. Now multiply first row by second column. So you will be getting A12, A21 plus A11, A11, A21. Then comes A12, A22 plus A13, A13 and then A23. Take first row, third column, it will give you A. So this is in continuation I am writing. A11 and then A31 plus A12, A12, A32 and then A13, A33. What I have done? I have written the first row's element I have written. First row multiplied by first column, then second column, then third column, and I have got the first row of the product of these two. Now multiply second row by, in the same manner multiply by all these columns. So if I take the second row, so I am multiplying. This becomes A21, A11, A22 and then A12. Then take A23 plus A23 multiply by A13. So second row, first column. Then take second row, second column. This gives you A21, 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 A21 plus you are getting A22, A22 plus A23, A23. We have multiplied and then comes second row, last column. So if I take second row, this will give you A21, A31 plus A22, then A32 plus A23, A23 and then the last one A33. Our second row is also completed. Now I am going to get the last one, last row. So I am rubbing this. It is as such not required. So I am just simply rubbing that. Now what we have to do? Multiply the last row by all these columns. So if I do that, I am getting A31, A11 plus A32, A12 plus A33 and then A13, and then I am multiplying to second column A31, A21 plus A32, A22 plus A33 and then A23. Fine. And now the last element. This gives you A31, A31 plus A32, A32 and plus A33, A33. Now this product is over. You will see that what we have done, actually we have derived the result. We are not verifying, we are deriving the result. Look at this. When element is multiplied by, in any row or column, when elements are multiplied by corresponding cofactor, it gives you the value of the determinant. So can I say, look at this. This will give you the value of the determinant. So can I say that this is nothing but determinant A. In any row, if I multiply elements by cofactors of some other elements, some other rows element, then its value becomes 0. So this is written 0, this is written 0. I hope you are getting that. This is again A21, A11, cofactor of somewhere else, element is different, it will become 0. A21, A21, A22, A22, A23, A23. This will give you the value of determinant. So you are getting determinant A. Again, this is also 0 because cofactors and elements are different and therefore that value will be 0. Similarly, this is also 0. This is also 0, and here you see that all are same, therefore you are getting. Now this is matrix of order 3 cross 3. Can you see? Determinant A, this is a value, I can take it common. When we multiply any matrix by any number, all elements get multiplied. Similarly, if you have to take common, that element is taken outside. So if I take outside, what is left inside? 1, 0, 0. 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, and what is this? This is nothing but identity matrix. So can I write this as determinant A multiplied by I? Check that what was the result. It says if you multiply A by adjoint A, it leads to determinant A multiplied by identity matrix of corresponding matrix. Fine? Now this result which we have verified is very, very important. Why? Now you check it. If I divide this whole thing by determinant A, you will notice that A, adjoint A divided by determinant A, product of two matrices is leading to I. This is how we use this to define the inverse. So now I hope you might have got the idea. In my next lecture, using this identity, you need to practice it properly. Take up 2-3 questions and then practice it. Fine? So in my next lecture, using adjoint, how can we find out inverse of a matrix? This is what we are going to discuss. You learned earlier how to find out inverse of matrix by applying elementary operations. This is the second method which we are going to discuss in my 5th lecture. Fine? Assignment related with this lecture is already uploaded. Please download, complete, and as soon as possible, please submit it. So I am waiting for the next class where I will be discussing with you this inverse of matrix. Thank you.